back. The Triple R boys is back in your face, and it's going down tonight. We got a back-to-back Rockets versus the Spurs. This is the Rockets round robin. We on the Rockets propaganda channel right now. Hit them with that intro. Yeah. Pre-game time. It is pre-game time. Let's go around the table and introduce everybody. But I know who going last for the intro is the one who came in last. We're going to start with Mr. Clips Gordon.
What's going on, fellas? Howdy. Happy Saturday. Let's do it. We got Rockets back-to-back, man. 4 games in 3 nights. It's definitely exciting, man. We need to stay with what we ended it with last night.
Already. Mr. AP, shoot at him, man. Tell them where they can find you at.
You know what time it is. You can find us on Rockets Round Robin. All the links, all our channels are down there. And you can follow me on Clutch City Connect, at Clutch City Connect, CNT on X and Instagram. And much more.
Already. I'm going to go next because, like I said, that I went over there in the bottom left. He finna go last. It's your man's AK Infinity. Follow me on the Twitter, the X, at AK Infinity _VVS. This is also broadcasting on the Rockets propaganda channel on YouTube. Go on and follow that, like, subscribe, comment below. We ready for a nice pregame because I got some comments that I want to make. I'm going to go ahead and let this Iowan down here on the bottom left introduce himself.
I've been patient, but save the best for last as per usual, and I get it. Goat mentality, you know what I mean. But yeah, it's your boy Preston as per usual. Grip 2P _GAWD on X as well as Instagram and YouTube, man. Check it out. H-Time Rundown. We doing some stuff Wednesday maybe. Don't quote me. But yeah, glad to be on.
Yeah. Already, man. So let's go on and jump into the mix, man. So we got the Spurs tonight. We got what they call it, dude, the women trasher or something. That tall, skinny French dude, Eiffel Tower looking guy down there in San Antonio. What is a Frenchman doing in San Antonio? That to me just is that's a bad mix to me. I understand they had Tony Parker, so maybe then again some of that French and Spanish kind of go together. So whatever. But what's y'all feelings on this game tonight, man? What y'all looking forward to? What matchups y'all want to see the most? Who you think gonna be keys? Who's gonna be key in the game? What are the keys to the game? I'm gonna start with you, Preston. Go ahead, Mr. Drip Guard.
Yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet. It's just about playing matchups. I think that's the number one thing is matchups. Making sure you're either holding your man or rotating, well on defense. Just a little stuff tonight too. I think the biggest matchup tonight is not necessarily just Şengün versus Wemby, right? I mean, offensively, that's what you're looking at. But defensively, I'm looking at what bodies we're throwing at Wemby and what looks we're giving him. So that's what I'm looking at. And then, hand in hand with that, I think is also controlling the tempo, right? We saw with against the playoff team in the Grizzlies. Once we decided to control that tempo in the second half, it was wraps, right? So what are we going to do this time to making sure that we're not playing down to the level as the Rockets tend to? So what's tempo looking like? And then finally, rotations. Again, the Hornets game, that second half rotations we all harped on with Ime, bro. Getting out coached by a rookie head coach. I know he's only 3 years in, but he went to the finals his first year and then got us 41 wins in his second year and then got somehow the Hornets. You know what I mean? So let's see what it's looking like between the coaching battle and rotations.
Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna go with we're gonna go with AP next, man. What's your thoughts on the game, man?
What I'm just looking forward in the game is we keep the same tempo, keep that same energy we had from the second half of the last game. Just keep balling and shut Jeremy Shohan up. Because, if you're a Rockets fan, you saw what he put on X earlier today. So that should light up some pools tonight. Let's blow these guys out, man.
Can we share that on screen? Is that a thing? Am I allowed to do that?
Well, I didn't see you fool for this.
We come
I'm
up for
gonna
you,
start
man.
that. Oh, I'm finna start that right there, bro. That boy say, my key to the game, fight somebody.
Fight somebody.
You right.
He's on it.
You right for that, for sure. Clips, what you got, man? What's some of your
Hey,
keys to the game, man?
I think I'm gonna echo a lot of what Preston said. I'm gonna be looking at rotations. So rotations have been a little bit odd so far on the year. I understand, we're not sure what we're gonna see. If we're gonna see Tari and Steven tonight. I just want to see some consistency in the rotations. I mean, we saw the second unit struggle early, and then they got another chance, and they succeeded. I mean, they, if not, outperformed. So I want to see if the rotations are still more set in stone, or if he's just kind of winging it and seeing what works. At some point, I think they got to get locked in. I don't know how long we're going to see Dylan Brooks. I mean, it seems like we get a lot of Dylan Brooks. We're getting a lot of minutes out of the vets again. And I think that, Reed could probably play a few more than 20 tonight. I think we're giving these, on a back-to-back, let's give these guys that are a little bit younger a better run, especially since, San Antonio's young. Castle's still kind of getting his feet wet. He didn't look comfortable in the first two. So I think, being able to match up, like you said, and then having consistent rotations is going to be key. And if he's just kind of throwing guys in and out and trying to go up against Pop with the rotation, he's not going to win that battle. I think he needs to be a little more solid and find out what he wants earlier and stick with that and let it run out.
Okay, I can see all of those points. I know the one thing I do really want to see and pay attention to is who's guarding Wemby. I don't think Şengün gonna guard Wemby until maybe the fourth quarter when it's winning time, if the game is close. I'm looking to see probably a lot of Dylan on Wemby, a lot like last time, a lot of Jabari on Wemby. Man is probably gonna get some time on Wemby too, because I think they're comfortable with putting Jalen and Fred on Chris Paul, because none of their wings really scare me like that. Well, I take that back. Malachi Branham, he's annoying. I like him, but he's annoying. Like, he plays well against the Rockets. Same thing with Keldon Johnson.
I was just gonna say.
But I think, Keldon Johnson's another one. But we switch a lot anyway. But we're probably gonna see, if Tari plays, we're gonna see a lot of Tari on Wemby. I could see that being the case too. Yeah, because if they want to run any pick and rolls with Wemby, Tari gonna blow that thing up, and Amen. So I could probably see when the bench come in, it's probably gonna be Tari or Amen on Wemby, and then maybe on Chris Paul too. So run that pick and roll if you want. It's gonna be a turnover and a fast break. That's really what I'm looking for. I also want to make sure. Well, I say make sure like I got control of anything. I also want to look at turnovers. So San Antonio turned the ball over 19 times against the Mavericks, and for my money, I believe that the Rockets are a better defensive team than the Mavericks are. For my money, I believe. I think we can force a lot more turnovers. We're more athletic than they are. We like to run. We're probably going to end up running more than they will. So that's an area we have to win. So we got to win. We got to win the glass. We got to win the turnover battle. And San Antonio not the best three-point shooting team, but I want to make sure we continue the trend of limiting three-point attempts in general. That way you don't even get a chance to go off. So them the three things I'm looking at, man. But who y'all think is outside of Wemby? Like, who's the one guy on the Spurs that you really worried about like that you really want to make sure we don't let do anything?
Maybe people aren't going to agree, but Chris Paul, the way he's able to affect the game, not even necessarily with stats, but just being able to communicate, tell people where to go, and then he's so smart defensively too. He can again communicate right, and Talway, no way, bro. It's crazy.
I really be on that. He on some kind of gas. I don't know what number he on, Be on some kind of gas.
But yeah, I'm looking at Chris Paul really. What's he gonna do? And an interesting matchup, kind of we talked about, is Fred and Chris Paul. Something that I was like, yeah, I mean, bring Chris Paul back. We got Fred VanVleet. I have no problem with that too. And I think this point in their career, it is semi-similar. This is what Sogan was saying earlier, bro.
It's a field of fun.
He gonna pay for that.
Yep.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. He shouldn't have said nothing, honestly. It is what it is. But yeah, Chris Paul. That's in a nutshell. Chris Paul. What's up?
Okay, cool. AP, who you think we really got to worry about besides Wemby on that stupid Spurs team?
I'm gonna throw a wild one. I'm gonna think Stephon Castle. Maybe he might have a big game tonight. But I kind of want to see him and Reed Shepherd match up a good amount tonight. See how that looks. But yeah, he can be. I think he's gonna be a little X factor. I think he possibly might go off. Possibly.
That's actually a good pick.
That's not bad at all, bro. That's not because I'm actually high on that kid. And
have y'all watched him?
Yeah, he's hit some tough shots, bro.
Yeah,
he's cold.
He nice, bro. But I don't know if he's ready to be nice with the lights on yet.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But he's nice. What about you, Clips? What you got, man? Who
yeah, I mean, I'd like to see the shots being taken by the younger guys, like we just mentioned. I don't want to see Keldon Johnson and Harrison Barnes and Chris Paul taking open shots. Like if it's gonna have to be, Stephon Castle, I'd like to see him be the one that's taking these open threes. If we're gonna sag off to somebody and we're gonna let Wembanyama do his little thing, I think it needs to be out on the perimeter. And if he tries to put the ball on the deck, put somebody in there with quick hands like Amen, and kind of force him to the perimeter and taking those outside shots. Just the young guys. I don't want it to turn into Harrison Barnes corner threes all night. Just because Chris Paul is able to span pick and roll, and we got to watch that. And then we'll leave Harrison Barnes open on the weak side, and he'll hit those passes. So those kind of guys, the guys that know how to space the floor with Wemby, those would be the ones that I'd be most concerned with, because it's always somebody random. It's always somebody that goes 5 of 7, scores 15 in the third, or something like that, and it's just kind of like a scheming nightmare that I'd be more afraid of.
Something to point out, you said something about Wemby taking shots and whatnot from three. He I think he faced Dallas, right? Against Dallas. He went 1 of 8 from 3. I'm not saying that's something regular, but that's something to see. He's not playing like he's 7-9, right? So that's interesting. He's not.
He set like 2 screens in that game.
Yep. So I'm interested how we're going to play that. And I mean, he put up 17, but he took 18 shots to get there, and he shot 28% from the field. We're talking about some of our guys being a little inefficient at 38, 39, 40% from the field. But I mean, the number one guy. You shoot 28% from the field because he's trying to do pull-up J's and stuff like that. So how are we going to affect his shot too?
Keep him off the board.
I hope they keep that up. I hope Wemby think he a guard, man. Like, do that.
Yep.
Stay out there.
Yep.
And if we can keep him out the paint, I'll be really happy about that, man.
Yep.
I'm concerned. My concern, though, I don't know. Obviously, we have the Jeremy Sohan beef, but I have a feeling Popovich may choose to bench him at some point and bring in Keldon Johnson like closing time. Just FYI, I think it's going to be a close game just because it always is against these two teams, no matter what the records are. But I think they're going to go with Keldon Johnson and maybe Stephon Castle too if Champagne ain't up to snuff. We'll see. But the problem with that is if Sohan is not in the game and Alperen Sengun is in the game. I mean, if Sohan is in the game, if Sohan is not in the game and Alperen Sengun is in the game, who's Alperen Sengun going to guard? It's going to be Wemby. How are we going to play that? What's going to be the coverage on that?
I think he's starting him in spots, like when he's on rotation and whatnot, but I think he's just going to kind of sag back. We're not going to quite play like the zone defense, but I think LP is going to kind of cheat off of him a little bit, like a baseman would in baseball. But he's not going to quite run out to him on the 3-point line. He's going to switch with whoever's closest with him, and they're going to send that other defender out to him on the 3-point line. If he comes to the paint, if he comes into the paint, though, I do feel like that's where players will sag off again. Like we're looking at Jabari Smith Jr. Hopefully he can be a little bit better defensively. We saw he got a couple blocks in the first 2 games, and especially that nice little block last game against the Grizzlies was really, really phenomenal. But we're looking to see, hopefully we can have some like Jabari or some of our athletic guys and Tari Amen and to a lesser extent Dylan Brooks at the defensive end being able to rotate, because that one-on-one defensively, like what Şengün necessarily going to do, because they've been frying his ass in the pick and roll both these games, bro. They like frying Şengün in the pick and roll. And I'm not saying that
it depends the
case,
matchup.
He's going.
If it's shooting bigs, that's gonna be a problem.
Even the pick and roll bigs. Who do they have over at the Grizzlies? We were saying Edie. He was pretty nice. He was looking.
Edie is a freaking human grizzly bear.
Yeah, he is big, no homo. So we got to worry about that. But yeah, just something to look for. What's the matchup going to be for that? I don't think there's a specific answer. It's just going to be multiple bodies and hopefully something sticks.
It looked like to me, it's still earlier in the season, so both coaches may still be experimenting with rotations anyway in certain lineups regardless.
Greg Pop's going to want to win, though. He got Chris Paul there.
Yeah, of course. Of course he's going to want to win, yeah. I don't want Chris Paul to have no good game against us because I feel like he may end up being a terrorist this game, but Fred got to match him. I think Fred going to be better than Chris Paul this game. I think. But it is a back-to-back. We have to keep this in mind that we are the ones on a back-to-back and we're traveling on the road. So,
do we know if Adams is playing this game? I heard he was questionable earlier. I don't know if it's been confirmed or not yet.
What I see,
Tari, as far as I know, are game time decisions.
Game time decisions. Okay. Because I think Adam plays. I'm much more confident. If him and Tari are both out, you know what I mean? That's a lesser defender, and we're gonna throw again. No offense to Jock Landale. I think he's been okay lately, but you're gonna throw Jock Landale on Wemby. Okay.
Yeah, I think like it. If I had my perfect world, I'd have Şengün and Jabari, obviously the bigs down there. If he wants to play in the post, be physical with him and make him work, do your work early. But then if he's wanting to play on the perimeter, I would put guys like Dylan Brooks. I'd put Fred VanVleet on.
Oh man.
I'd challenge him to shoot that. I really would. I would live and die by the Wemby 3. I mean, if he goes 8 of 13 and we lose, I'll live with that, because there's more of an odds that he's going to shoot 20% and, go 2 of 10, and we're in there. So I think I would challenge him with some of the littler guys and allow, almost dare him to shoot over these littler
force
guys.
Him to put the ball on the floor, I think, is really
if he's shooting
fadeaways.
If he's shooting fadeaways and jumpers and all that, I live with it. If he's knocking them down, hats off to you, bro. Go on and do your thing.
Right.
You could possibly have Reed Shepherd be a pest and take those balls a lot from Wemby or Amen.
Right.
Yeah, he snatched that thing from Ingram. I mean, it's not like Wemby's going to be that much more different frame-wise, height-wise, obviously, but specific frame-wise. Wemby does like to keep the ball kind of like at chest level and lower. He's not keeping it way up high. So I do think some of our pesky guys will be able to get in there and get a hand.
I pray he never learns to keep that ball high either. I pray he stays just where he's at, doing what he's doing. I don't want, unless he somehow become a Rocket, I hope he just don't develop nothing.
Yep.
I am a hater of.
I am now interested offensively. What's kind of the game plan? We talk a lot about defensive matchups and what we're going to do defensively, and I think it's pretty obvious what the plan is defensively. But offensively, I'm interested because Jalen's been going off and actually, like getting some shots in the paint, which you like to see. But last time we faced San Antonio in the preseason, Jalen was phenomenal, but there was no rim protector.
No,
right?
Wemby, yeah.
And again, Şengün obviously turned that boy into French toast last time, but is it going to be the same this time, right? Obviously, I believe so. I do. I wonder what the game plan is. I know Popovich telling Wemby saying, "Hey, take that Şengün guy, take him out the game." So I want to know like what the offensive sets are going to look like.
I'm anticipating a lot of double teams from San Antonio when Şengün got the ball because they don't want a repeat of what happened to Wemby last time.
They got to protect their star.
Exactly. So I'm anticipating a lot of those. Probably not early, probably later on, like if Wemby getting fried. But I'm anticipating a lot of double teams. Now, if that's the case, we're probably going to need some. We're probably going to have to live in that mid-range too in the pick and roll because Wemby going to camp in the paint. He's not going to come out to the perimeter like that because he doesn't have to. His arms is long enough. So
8-foot wingspan, yeah.
Right. So Jalen probably not going to. Well, I hope this don't turn. What I hope don't happen is we turn into just a team that's just jacking up a bunch of threes because you're scared of whoever in the paint. That can't happen. We still have to attack to some degree. Man, you asked a good question. You got to come back to me on that one, bro. I think.
AB, or go ahead, Gorman. What you got?
Well, just real quick, who starts for them? Do they not? Does Zach Collins not start for them? Because everything that I've seen, what they're doing is they're leaving Wemby on the weak side, and he's being more of a help defender. So I'd be interested to see if they try to do like a Zach Collins and put him on him, and then kind of leave Wemby off weak side.
I would imagine so. For some reason,
some of that.
I was gonna say we didn't get the lineups yet, right? Yet.
Nah, but last game Zach Collins came off the bench. Last game the starting lineup was Wemby, Harrison Barnes, Sohan, Champagne, and Chris Paul.
True, but they like to play Zach Collins in the starting lineup.
They are playing.
Yeah, if they do that, you know what? Now I think about it, that might work in our favor.
Yep. How so?
That might work in our favor because. Oh yeah, because they're gonna for sure double if Zach Collins gotta check Alperen Şengün. And the doubler is likely going to be Wemby. Depending on who Wemby is going. Wemby's probably going to be on Jabari. Yeah. So that's gonna make our 3-point shooting that much more critical, especially from the corners.
I imagine the second. I think they're going to start obviously Şengün. I think they're going to start Collins, right? With that and
I completely agree with that. I think at least 4 to 6 attempts. He's gonna try.
He got to get the one. He got to get one.
He's gonna try.
But yeah, no, we're looking at this. Logically speaking, I think they might play a little live and die with Şengün and Collins, right? I think Şengün obviously can beat the shit out of Collins, but I have this feeling because they've been playing live and die against us last 2 games, right? Like, okay, Şengün, go ahead, make this bucket. And then once he makes 1, 2 of them, he's shooting like 2 of 6. They're gonna live with 2 of 6 from the paint versus someone going 2 of 6 from 3. I think they might look at it like that, thematically speaking. And what Şengün's going to do. Now, do I think that's a good matchup for us against Zach Collins? Yes, right? We see Şengün fry this dude. So I think they're going to send not early double teams, anything like that. I think they're going to send late double teams. Like once Şengün starts to make his move in the post, once he starts doing the shoulder shake, then they're setting the double team immediately.
They're going to double on the move. Not on the catch.
Not on the catch. I don't even think once he puts the ball on the floor. It's going to be once he decides to start his shot. They're setting the double team. But I don't think they're going to commit completely because we've seen Şengün kind of falter in these double teams where they start to send somebody late, then Şengün makes a quick move. I think that's what they're going to do. They're betting on Şengün to mess up on late double teams. That's my.
But that's why when he catches the ball, he got to make his move like that. He got to make an immediate move.
And when he's been doing that lately, it's been turnover.
Yeah,
he got to. Then it means he got to get better at that.
Well,
I agree.
He did really good. He did really good with that last night in the second half. I know. Yeah, yes. I agree with you. When he goes early in the shot clock, no go. Allow the offense to get set. Allow the defense to get set. Either run an action to try to get a mismatch, and then get him down in the post. And then right then, as soon as he gets the catch in the post, he needs to be quick with it. All right,
yes.
Definitely 100%. He's got to be quick as soon as he gets it.
And as soon as he makes that move, no, go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, with Wemby's length, I would challenge him to kind of be really. He's gonna have to get his shot off quick too. It's not like he can kind of pump fake and get in there and get in the lane and wait on it. It's gonna have to be like a one quick move. Flamingo tonight. Let's try to get get him early and often, feed the beast, see if we can't get some foul trouble out of those bigs. You know, with Trey Jones not playing, you're going to have to lean on Castle to play some extra minutes. So, you know, they're a little bit thin in the back court and the front courts. You know, I mean, if you Zach Collins and Wemby, and beside that, it's really not very. There's not much back there.
When Sengun makes that quick move, though, as soon as he makes that quick move, whoever's on the weak side has to read whatever the defense is doing and make their move based on that. Create a passing window because Sengun gonna need that passing window.
Yeah, because he's good at hitting Jabari and Jalen when they do those back cuts.
Cam especially too. I think
Cam too.
Yeah, Cam is.
I would expect Tari to be the same way.
Yeah.
I would expect him to be the same way. So,
well, one thing that I noticed that they did with that dunker spot is they put Bari in the corner and had him moving from down there. I know he caught a pass and caught a dunk off of it late, but I like that a lot better because Sengun likes to spin baseline, and if he spins baseline, having Amen in that corner really just doesn't do us any good. I'd like to see Bari in that corner and have Amen cut. You know, and it kind of puts Sengun at a disadvantage when you do that, because then what do you do with Amen? The spacing becomes fraudulent. Mm-hmm. It really, really does. That's one thing I noticed that Amen, 8 turnovers last night. I think he really struggled with that change because he's usually in that dunker spot right there, and I think he had to move him off of it to try to get Bari a better corner 3 shooter to give a side kicker an extra pass and have a good 3-point shooter off in that corner.
Yeah, Bari had a good cut last night too, off of that same set that you're talking about. Bari had a nice cut for a dunk. Yeah, need to see more of that.
I think something.
Yeah, and he cut late too. He cut at the perfect time because that cut, you can cut early and you can really clog the paint for Sengun if he makes the move down to the paint. So it's like a perfectly timed cut. Amen's so good at doing it, and or it's a no cut. And that's what scares me with Bari. Sometimes I think there's a no cut and he's cut, and that runs right into Sengun. But he's trying to get all those extra offensive rebounds and such. So it's just kind of a catch-22 there. I'd just be interested to see what Ime does with that, especially with Wembanyama able to clean up that weak side and pick up those loose rebounds.
Agreed.
I don't know what you mean by this, Icy, bro. I'm gonna need you to come and explain, because that can be taken in many ways, bro. You're gonna need to clarify this comment.
Oh my God.
This can be taken in many ways, bro.
That was interesting last night. There was a lot of rebounds that he got off his own misses. I mean, I think there was like 3 possessions in a row where he kind of had pick, and then it kind of padded the stat line last night. I know that the rebound totals were really good, but what is he?
If he's talking about the rebounding part, sure.
Yeah.
You mean I think he's talking about the miss your own shot, get your rebound, miss your own shot.
Exactly.
Which to the credit,
times,
I do respect being able to. Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I knew what you were talking about. I see you straight. It's all good. He said, "Oh, my bad." Man. Pause. As I brother.
When's the last time y'all had a hug?
Hey, a hug, bro. Hey,
I ain't had one of them since I was like 7 years old. That was a long time ago. I don't even remember who was president last time I had one of them. God,
yeah. I run into these today. I had to pick them up. We brought some kids home from the football game, so they're in there playing
right there, bro. I love it.
And that's the 1997, man. Were you born yet?
People don't know how good those are.
Nah, not 97, but I do remember those. Those was fire. Those is the.
Oh, they had them when you was born? I didn't know.
Bro, 3 years later, bro. There's not much change in 3 years. Damn.
The other one that probably was around that time was Ryan, man. That's about it.
Back in the day,
Ryan.
Right. Back on topic before we start acting a fool in this cool.
AP, we didn't get your opinion on what the Raptors are going to do offensively.
I mean, the only thing I'm really just going to say is that if Tyree isn't playing, we're going to have somebody step up huge off the bench with Tyree's presence not there. It's going to have to be Amen. Can't do the 8 turnovers again. Maybe Reed steps up for Tyree. We don't know. I'm just going to see who that X factor on the bench is if Tyree's not playing.
But before
Cam does need more minutes, though.
What's the most turnovers a player has had coming off the bench? in a
In
single
NBA history?
Yeah, like in a single game, I am interested because
almost
8 is a lot coming off the bench. You know what I mean? And not to mention, bro had 8 and we still blew them out. How often does that?
I didn't expect that either from a man either. 8, I didn't expect that at all.
I was very surprised.
And he was still a plus 15.
Yeah. But I'm interested how many, maybe like 9. I just can't imagine having 10 turnovers as a player coming off the bench unless it's like a star player, you know, and they're hurt or something like that. But I feel like if they had 6 turnovers, they're probably not playing anymore. They're probably still hurt. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I can't find that record.
It says here that Adams is out on ESPN.
Damn.
Yeah, I figured he'd be out. It's not a good matchup for him anyway.
So Tari, man,
Great matchup for him, man. Let him go bully Wemby for about 10 minutes. Let him get a taste of that some Steven Adams screening.
Let him
get a
still
couple
got to
of those.
move. He still got to get his legs back up under him. I don't think this is the time to do it yet, man.
Can you imagine Wemby getting put in that pick and roll where you got like Reed coming off or Şengün, and you got running to Steven Adams? Man. Over under Wemby gets an elbow injury off of that.
Man.
You know what I mean?
2.
Something else I'm looking at, right? So we won. Unfortunately, Steven Adams. That's unfortunate. So we're getting more Jock Landale minutes.
Amen.
It's not.
Amen. Because
It's not.
if
it's
he's
no
hitting his
disrespect
shots,
to Jock. Yeah. It's no
they're
disrespect.
gonna try to use him as a spacer to some degree. If he's making his shots, hey man,
The Jock of all
More
trades,
power
I call
to
him,
you.
bro. And I love it. I
Yeah,
love
we
it.
do.
I like what you got going on. I want to see the minutes be allocated to, like Amin and then Tari and some of those guys there with what we got going on, and hopefully Adams one of these days. But fortunately, that's not today. So,
how much
upset.
of Jabari at the 5 we gonna see this game? What y'all think?
depends on matchup.
And a lot.
He gonna be on Wemby a good amount, I think.
Yeah, and he, Dylan guarded him in the last matchup quite a bit. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of that because he really likes that. He really likes that lineup. He played it a lot, down the stretch there in the last one. I wouldn't be surprised if we see quite a bit of it, especially if Tari's playing. If Tari's playing, I think he could definitely get away with that a whole lot better. Put Amen at the 3 and still get the shooting and
Good
spacing.
point. What would that lineup even look like? Like who needs to be the wing
Tari,
for that lineup? Because once the switch is made, of course, I feel perfectly fine with Tari, Amin, or Dylan getting switched on to Wemby in a pick and roll if that's the case. And I feel perfectly fine with Jabari out on any of them perimeter guys for San Antonio. I'm never worried about Jabari out on the perimeter guard nobody ever. So that I think might be a lineup we run to maybe for about 5 minutes to see what it look like. And if we running it up, creating turnovers and getting out on the break, it may last a little longer than we expect. Who's running point though?
I think it depends on who they have out on point. I think a great lineup for that. I think I really like Reed in that lineup, just having that guaranteed, that spot up shooter because that everyone's going to be looking to pass the ball or smack pick and roll versus if you got there we go. See Gorman. Yeah, peace out, Mark.
And man got kidnapped midstream.
Yeah, that or I mean, Fred VanVleet would be nice, like tempo-wise, but if you're looking just to like run and gun, which I think that's what that lineup would be for sure, you throw a Reed out there, and I think to a lesser extent, Jalen Green. We saw him run some point the last couple games, and like he didn't have any assists the first game, unfortunately, but I don't think he made bad passes. I don't think he made poor choices. Having some of those point guard duties. That's just my thoughts.
I could see that. I
think you would have him out there, not necessarily to be full-time point guard, but to be like, okay, we've got Jalen, Cam, Ari, and a man out there, and Jabari. So this team is running. There's a lot of spacing, and everyone is uber athletic to their own degree out of that lineup. I don't know. I like that. That's a running gun, and there's a lot of length there too.
The whole thing with Jabari when he's at the 5, I don't like Fred handling the ball too much. I prefer it to be Jalen handling the ball more because we get into our stuff a lot faster. Fred want to be too methodical sometimes, and you gotta be fast with that. Like last game, we did a good job with that, and Fred was off the ball a lot. He got a lot of catch and shoot threes. That's another one. That's a good formula. You know what I'm saying? So
Spurs, it is going to be Harrison Barnes, Julian Champagne, Chris Paul, Jeremy Shohan, and Wemby.
So same as that last game.
Yeah, the Rockets is going to be DB, Jalen, Şengün, Jabari, and Fred.
So the usual. Okay.
Yeah, the usual.
Man, post that in the group chat. I need to make sure I see that right now.
Yeah, I'm not sending it to her right now.
All right.
So looking at that now with the lineups, right? I for sure thought they were going to start Zach Collins against us. They really like that. For some reason, they like that Şengün Collins matchup. I don't know why. They keep going to it quite often. Hopefully in this game though, we kind of what we I guess we're prepping for was not Zach Collins being in lineup, and you're going to have Sochan. Which does he do anything well? Does he do anything good? Maybe rebound.
He can he's like a Swiss Army knife kind of guy, man. Sometimes he can score. Sometimes he's like a watered down Amin Thompson.
That's unfortunate.
He's a watered down Amin Thompson, bro, with a bad hair down.
He can't play make though. We know that. You saw what that looked like.
He's not a point guard, but he can play make.
Passing the ball is not playmaking. That's a duty. That's a duty of the player on the court. You got to be able to run a play.
I'm not sitting here trying to defend. Don't make me sit up here trying to defend Jeremy.
He can't run no plays. He can't run no plays.
No.
We're not defending that man anyway. So
he's not a play initiator, is what I'm saying. I guess like he can.
He's not a point guard
and help finish a play, but he can't initiate a play. That's what
he's just not a point guard, bro. But a
lot of players can initiate plays. They're not point guards.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like he's not he can initiate offense, bro. Look what they have the last season, bro. Last couple seasons.
That's their fault. That's not that's their fault, bro.
And Pop really had this man playing point guard, bro. Like
that's
what
what
did you
saying? Like,
right.
come on, man.
You had him playing point guard. He can't shoot, and you ain't really had no shooters like that. Like
that was by choice.
What was he supposed to do, bro?
It was by design. They wanted to tank, bro. Come on.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like we can't really take them years with no seriousness like that. Like it's like us trying to pay attention to the Silas years, bro.
Very important ML years.
I'm not trying to. Man, no, I'm not going in there. I'm not going there. No.
Take the bait. It's right there.
No, I'm not. Right I'm gonna swim away, bro. You're gonna catch a different fish today. Nope. No, sir.
No. Sir. But on being for real though, we've talked a little bit about some things that we're not necessarily afraid of, but to, like watch out for and all that. You mentioned Harrison Barnes, and like I just got flashbacks of Harrison Barnes being really well. Yes.
That's true.
Let's talk because Marcus Smart punched out of Şengün, and they called that a regular common foul. That's crazy.
Hey, but hold on. If that was Dylan Brooks that did that, what you think would have happened?
That'd be a.
They would have put that man on the cross.
He would have been gone. He would have been gone.
They'd have crucified that man. They'd have lit his body on fire and everything, bro.
Unfortunately, I don't have my soundboard up here. Otherwise, I'd play my "He Gone." But we here.
I need to get one of them things, bro.
Man, they had that on that H-Time rundown. Make sure y'all follow that too, because that was a crazy episode yesterday.
We don't talk about it, man. That was a filler episode.
AD was a fool.
That's all. That boy AD.
You gotta watch the rest of that.
He the boss man of all trolls, bro. Like he OG troll, GOAT troll mode, dog. He was just not playing yesterday. He said, "Don't say the taboo word." See, Icy know what's up. He knows what's up.
He put Ryan on the trade block last night too.
What time? What time tip off? 7:40.
7:40 or so.
Cool. So second night of back to back, we talked about a lot of things. If you're a betting man, what's Houston winning, or are we losing? I'm interested. AP, do you have we talked about scores last time, right? So do you think Houston's going to win? And we'll buy. Hey, he's returned. He's
My bad.
Your connection was kind of going in and out.
Yeah, I told you about that bad internet we got out here in the boondocks.
Them Spurs fans came out there for a minute. He had to go fight about it real quick.
Hey, I'm calling him East Arizona.
Wow.
No way.
Wow.
East Arizona, baby. They ain't Texas.
Matter of fact, let's go and start with you though, Clips. What's your final score on the game, bro?
Oh, here we go. 121-97 Rockets. I'm staying with the same one. I'm gonna get it one day.
Oh.
Go cash in on FanDuel right now.
I just don't see the matchup. I just really don't. I struggle to see why San Antonio is given so much leeway. I get it. Wembanyama's good, but I haven't seen the impact of winning yet.
It's because we play down to our team, bro. That's all it is.
Yeah, I know.
Man. We still doing that.
That's what annoys me.
You mean play down? So we played down to Charlotte?
Yeah.
I told y'all about Charlotte. Charlotte talented.
We should have won that game.
You're right.
Yeah, we still should have won the game. Don't get me wrong, but
that's on
respect every opponent. I really don't even care what the records are, who was on the other team, because they're not suiting up to come and lose. They're just not.
Right.
Nobody's suiting up to lose.
Unless you're the Bobcats, but yeah.
You know.
Hey, is this
and
their
who was the assistant coach?
Oh, wasn't that that's before me. Was that Silas?
Oh,
that's hilarious.
sure.
When they won 7 games. Hey, Icy, bro, bring that energy to one of the games, bro. I love it.
Yeah,
Big
right.
fact.
Love it.
Big fact.
I love it.
Yeah, is this their home opener?
Yes.
Yes.
They're on the road versus Dallas.
Nice. See,
And we on the second half
let's
of
go.
it.
Bro, San Antonio will be filling their stadiums, bro. What's going on, though?
And we play them Monday.
They don't have no other sports teams. They have nothing.
Yeah, they don't have baseball over there either.
They got no baseball. Do they have a soccer team? They definitely ain't got no football. They
I
got
don't think. Yeah.
they got UTSA college football and college basketball.
Look,
They
all I'm gonna
suck.
say is
That's
the
true,
fans
yeah.
do bring a lot of energy, so hopefully they stay home today.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this, bro. I think the game's gonna be a lot closer than you thinking, Clips, because
What you got?
because we coming off the second half of back-to-back as their home opener. They're gonna come out with a lot of energy.
114, 106.
114, 106. Nah.
Okay. I got 115 to 105.
Oh, okay. He said, whatever you got,
this
plus
one
one, minus one. I'm dead.
This one I get in trouble. This is when I get in trouble, bro.
114, 106. There's going to be a lot of paint congestion, and I don't know what that's going to look like down there. But, maybe I'm wrong. I hope I am wrong.
112, 109.
Cool. Hey,
Wow.
that's interesting.
Okay.
I don't know why it's going to be that close. But,
3-point game. Okay.
Because we probably gonna have to fight back in this thing, because they're gonna probably start off a little bit hot, and then Ime gonna call a timeout, show people pictures of their girlfriend and all of that. And then
The second half tempo is going to be
second half they're gonna pick it up. Yeah, like it's gonna be one of them, man. I don't see no wide margin, bro. If anything, we might go down early and then come back again like last night.
Hey,
So-
can I ask a question real quick, AV,
Yeah, go
before we
ahead.
get to you? Okay, so why is it we play better when we're down, and then instead of when we up? Because when we up, we get so lackadaisical, and the energy just we get too much in our head. But when we
I can't
down,
say
bro,
that.
it's like, oh man, we playing for Silas. All right, yeah, we done with that, and then they go crazy.
I think it's because
yeah, PTSD.
they want something they want to feel like they got something to fight for.
Right.
They don't want to feel like they front runners, I guess. These guys, when you even hear them talk, like you can tell, like they want to fight something. So they got to fight themselves first, and then they got to fight the team.
To me, I think it's because if certain guys are not going off in that first quarter, say it's like Fred or Jalen, then the whole tempo is kind of like what are we gonna do? We need somebody to step up next. If those two aren't it and Şengün's not hitting early, I think that the tempo kind of like drips a little bit. It dips.
Yeah, bro, you
that's
need to
what
make
it
your
might be.
layups. You get right here. You 7'5", bro. Drop that thing in there. Stop, bro.
You know, I like the way Tari and A-Ming bring a spark off the bench. Have we really seen like a spark from the starting unit? Y'all feel like that a starting unit is real, like it's got a lot of boom potential?
Not in the beginning.
We haven't. Yeah, we don't.
Not in the beginning. But
Unless
we're down and we come back in after Ime's told him, "Hey, look, I got Drea right here." Jalen said, "Oh, hold on," and every time he goes off.
It's like
Yeah,
Jalen goes off in that second quarter going towards halftime. And then after
second
that, like,
and then third quarter.
it.
Second and third quarter, Jalen time. Get out the way. Jalen time. And then
It's
fourth
like
quarter,
the
if it's
best
clutch
game.
time, it's Jalen time. Get out the way. Just give him the ball. And I like it. But why can't we, as a starting lineup, come out with the energy and then maintain it? I think that's something.
we don't.
Especially we want to run their whole
outside of
offense,
Jalen,
so.
but outside of Jalen, who's explosive in that starting lineup?
Fred can get hot from three, realistically speaking.
When
Yeah,
he gets
Jabari,
hot from
I
three,
think-
it's never at the beginning of the game. It's usually
Right,
right.
you're right.
Slow to start games.
He's trying to
I
set
think-
everybody up.
True.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
He's trying to
Jabari is
find the
another
high
player
end.
that can be explosive. I really believe in Jabari. This
No,
from
he's-
what I've
he's-
been seeing,
I
the
disagree.
way that he's able to not necessarily offensively, but as an all around game. Like like in the first quarter, I'm gonna just have 4 points, but I'm gonna have like 5, 6, 7 rebounds. I might have a couple of defensive good plays here and bring some of the stuff that's not in the stat sheet. That's kind of like I really think he can kind of bring some energy. And then Dylan Brooks, it just depends on who he's facing and if he's yelling or not. And it depends.
Well, the reason I bring this up is because Jalen Green has been seeming to play kind of letting the game come into him, which is a little bit different than I'm used to. You know, that old Jalen Green that seemed like they would always push him, try to get a lot of sets and try to get him going early. It seemed like a lot of last year that was a big point of emphasis, was trying to get Jalen going early. And this year, you know, it's not been much of that. Yes, he's gotten a few shots within the flow of the offense, but you know, he hasn't been pressing and forcing the issue. He's kind of letting the game come to him. And that's why I bring it up, because, you know, really and truly, if he's kind of waiting on the game to come to him, we kind of need to feed LP, because our scoring gets a little lackadaisical if Jalen isn't the, you know, primary option. And then, you know, Dylan's just not an option. He's just kind of a play finisher. He's not nobody you want to swing the ball with 10 seconds left in the shot clock and have to let him make a move or post up. I just feel like that we, you know, when we were waiting, and then we insert amen, it's like the pace picks up, the speed picks up, you know, it starts to become more of a Jalen show. And then he kind of gets into the game, and then, you know, then he kind of picks up. We all know him to be a rhythm player. I'd be curious whether or not, you know, it's worth trying to just hit Şengün hard early and see if Jalen can get some within the flow. Maybe get, you know, some of that foul trouble that I was talking about earlier. And that would be something I'm just curious to see. You know, what do y'all think?
We did get some good news.
Stuff?
Tyree Eason is playing tonight. There's no doubt.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah,
And Adams is out.
yeah.
Adams is out.
Adams
So
is
I
out.
figured-
Tyree Eason
I figured that'd be the
is playing.
case. Yeah, I figured
that's a
that'd be the
big
case.
Got that message
deal. That's
26
a real big deal for Tari. I wouldn't think Tari was going to play tonight. I really thought that
I wonder
you know,
if
they
they
were
play like
really
minutes
playing
restrictions.
slow roll. Yeah.
You
Well,
What
said
did he
like
play
what,
last
like,
night? He
minutes
played,
or
what,
something?
16 minutes last night?
No, he played like did he play 16?
Yeah, it was about
He played
16 minutes.
13, 16 minutes last night?
I think it was about 16. Was it 12 minutes? Hold on, let me go back.
No, I thought he played
He
20.
played anywhere between 12 and 16 minutes.
And, you know, he played 16. You're right.
16, okay.
He played 16. Man,
It felt like 20 though, because when we was up,
did
he was
feel
on the
like
court
20.
because he was making an impact. He was doing Tari things.
He only made 3 threes last night, and I felt like he hit 6. His impact out there, bro, was
He was
just
all over it.
When he
yeah.
hit that 3 last night, and Mr. Stanford, love you, brother.
Yeah.
He announced at the game that he said that was the biggest turn up on the crowd last night. Was Tari hit that corner
I
three,
love Tari.
the whole
man.
place went
Man's a
crazy.
fan favorite, bro. You can't help but love the guy. Just can't help but love the guy, man.
Can I ask
Hey,
a
y'all
quick
taking
question?
over or under 14 minutes for Reed Shepard?
Over.
I think he can get big time minutes tonight.
say under. I think he's going to just hit a minute and a half under that. He's been playing like that 12 and a half lately. I don't think he's going to get necessarily more run time. I think his minutes are going to be distributed up differently. I think he might get 7 straight minutes tonight, depending on matchups. But I don't think he's going to exceed more than like 12 and a half.
Well, who are we going to see? Because with Trey Jones being out, are we going to see, we're not going to see 35 minutes of Chris Paul and, make that made up by Castle. Castle only played like 15 minutes in the first one. He was reckless, man. The offense really, he was almost Cam Whitmore-y out there. He was kind of
OCT
on offense. Yeah. And he was just getting in the air and he didn't know where he was going with it. And, he didn't look very good to me. I think he's athletic and he hit some crazy shots. Yeah. He's a good player.
Yeah.
If he's shooting those kind of shots, I'll take it. So who do you think? I just don't see, what do they got? Blake Wesley, is that going to be the answer? Is he going to get 20 minutes a night? I like to match up with Reed on him. So, like you say, matchups depending on Reed.
I think Reed going to get more than 12 minutes because we're going to probably need his shooting, because I can see the Spurs probably doing some zone nonsense. They're gonna try to limit us from shooting threes, bro.
Yeah.
Or they're gonna try to clog the paint. Well, not limit us from shooting threes. They're gonna try to clog the paint and force us to improve. They're gonna try to force us to prove a point from the 3-point line.
Yeah.
I don't think
they're
they're gonna
take advantage of that with Trey Jones not playing. So they're probably gonna take advantage of putting Reed in and giving them some.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, what was Trey Jones gonna do against Reed anyway?
Well, it's just more of
is Trey Jones guarding Reed at all?
He's got a real NBA player. All these young guys. You want to throw all these young guys out.
A real NBA player. That's wild. That's a clip, man. Damn.
You disrespectful, dog.
Yeah.
You disrespectful, dog.
That's crazy.
I just don't. You guys see Champagny there long term? Is that part of the long answer? Is Blake Wesley their long term answer? Is
man, they don't. The only long term answer that they know that they have is Wemby.
I think
now that they got Castle,
Castle could be a long term guy. I would think so. You know what I'm saying? It would make sense because I see a lot in him. I think he's going to be a superstar eventually. However, it's not going to be tonight. Hopefully he don't show no flashes tonight, please. Because it's usually these guys like that come in and start making their name against the damn.
Do they really not have anybody else out there that can shoot? Wow, I feel like I'm missing somebody.
Champagny can shoot. Harrison Barnes is a solid enough shooter.
Yeah.
Keldon Johnson sometimes.
Keldon Johnson against us off the bench.
Blake Wesley, but he don't play enough. And then Malachi Branham, he can get hot. He can. Malachi Branham got some Coutinho Mobley in him.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but he got a lot of Coutinho Mobley in him.
I like Malachi.
Guys, I'm old. I know who that is.
You sure?
In case you didn't know. Yeah, I do know who that is.
You've seen pictures of him recently. You just see the gray hair. You think, he
Nah, guys. Shout out 2K. I played my era, and I had drafted Mobley for the Rockets.
What's his first name?
Coutinho.
You can't even say Mobley around here and not say the first name. We don't mess with Evan Mobley.
Do y'all know who their high scorer was in their first game?
Last night? And Penny and Sohan, but that's not gonna. If that's the formula they want to come with tonight, we're gonna win by 30.
And y'all want to get on to me for saying real NBA player?
Nah, they real NBA players. They real NBA.
Jeremy Sohan, their leading scorer, man. Jeremy Sohan.
Oh, you disrespectful,
wait. What you
disrespectful, bro.
Let me look at these stats quick. I got.
If you ask me, I think San Antonio is going to ruin Wemby's first 4 years of. I think he's going to go into.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to stay long. Yeah.
Yeah,
y'all want to play the long-term run with a guy that really wants to win and that can go somewhere to win. Yeah, he's gone. They're not.
They'll make moves. They'll make moves, bro.
Why did they make any this year? They got tons of draft picks.
And they were in big talk to get Trey Young and stuff. So
I don't know why they didn't go with the Trey Young.
They got Harrison.
It's probably a personality thing. Yeah, they went and got this. See, the thing about Greg Popovich is he likes a certain personality. Trae Young is not a personality that's going to mesh well with Greg Popovich. It's just not going to happen.
Right. But yet,
Now, Chris Paul, on the other hand, is different.
Remember, they traded their second first-round pick. Like, what are y'all doing?
They should have kept Rob Dillingham, boy. They're going to regret that.
Exactly.
You're definitely going to regret that.
Think about it. Rob Dillingham, Stephon Castle, and Wemby in the next 3-4 years.
Ew. Crazy.
Yeah. And now if Atlanta's good, then they're not going to get a good pick back from Atlanta this year. And
I'm all for it. I want the worst for San Antonio. You know what I'm saying? We don't care for San Antonio.
I lost a lot of respect after that fist bump. Whenever he fist bumped in the draft, it's like, out of all the why are you fist bumping, not Houston? And
that's
I think
okay.
we need to make that.
But that's why Alfie gonna drop 50 on his head tonight and dunk on him like 3 times. Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say it right now. We're gonna get a 50 piece from Alperen Sengun, probably about 20 rebounds, 2 blocks. We're gonna have a Hall of Fame game from Alperen Sengun.
Come on.
We're gonna have an Alperen.
Yeah, we're only gonna win by 3.
I'm changing my what, Will? Hold on. See, the reason why he's gonna drop 50 is because the game is gonna be close.
You're gonna have to.
That's why he's gonna drop 50.
I'm gonna
watch
him.
And
we're gonna have like 2 or 3 randoms from San Antonio going off for no reason.
That part scares me to death.
You know it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know it's gonna happen though. Nah.
Random ones too.
It's gonna be. Hold on, let me see. Let me find.
Hey, they got Sandro over there, right? He had some really solid.
They
got Charles Bassey over there. He's not even playing.
He played 6 minutes in the first one.
That is
PJ Stucker's stat line.
I mean, rebound, assist, steal, and block. I mean, he's doing something out there in 6 minutes. That's not that bad.
How did Malachi Branham only get 6 minutes? I'm glad. I should have watched that game. I didn't have a chance. I should have watched that game.
I mean, Dallas, they were in it for a while behind, some key shots from Chris Paul and some offensive rebounding and Sohan putbacks.
You said some key shots. Chris Paul hit 1 shot.
Rebounding. Yeah, that's why I'm so afraid of the rebounding. You got to keep Wembanyama out of the paint or put a body on him.
I mean, you forced Chris Paul to get 7 rebounds. Is that a career high for him? That's crazy.
No, Chris Paul always been a strong rebounder point guard.
Yeah, he's a good player.
He always been a good rebounder for point guard.
The Mavs lost the rebounding game by 2 last night. That's interesting. And San Antonio beat them in assists as well by 3, 30-27.
That's what I'm saying. They moved the ball.
But they turned the ball over a lot. San Antonio turned the ball over a lot. So if you're going to turn the ball over like that, and you're going to rebound, you know what I'm saying?
My next question is kind of before we get out of here. How are we going to get them in foul trouble? Right? Because we want to go to the paint, and I think, being tough and taking it to Wemby's chest. And forcing the issue. I think being able to do that because I think he only had 1 foul, right? But we had a couple other guys. You had a couple other guys who had 4 fouls. You're looking at or not 4 fouls, but a couple fouls. Looking at Chris Paul and Sokan. So maybe challenging Sokan in the paint. Maybe backing Chris Paul down. Trying to get Jabari on Chris Paul on these switches.
Bad idea.
Jabari. I wouldn't recommend it, man. Wembanyama.
That's not a game I want to play.
Yeah, he's very smart about going straight up, and he knows that the NBA is going to protect him a little bit. So all he has to do is really go straight up, and that's good enough. So I wouldn't want to shoot over him. I would not want to try to challenge him. If you're going to get him in foul trouble, I'd get him reaching, bring him out to the perimeter. Get him stealing, trying to steal, get him reaching, things like that.
It was no disrespect to Chris Paul. I love CB0 rings, man. I'm right here with you.
Man, y'all disrespectful as hell.
No, I'd be serious though. I do love Chris Paul. He's one of
that one I love. Yes.
I just gotta. He on the other team right now, so I gotta talk my shit.
Yeah, he on the enemy for sure. But I try not to say nothing bad about Chris Paul. I got too much respect for him, man.
It was the beginning of the end of Harden in Houston.
Yeah.
Wasn't his
That's
fault.
left
I still blame
I
Harden.
checked out when we traded him for Westbrook. I kind of checked out. To be honest with you.
Yep.
I was so mad.
Yeah,
What really did it for me was when we traded Clint Capella. Once I saw he was gone, I was out.
Oh yeah, you waited too long.
I was so
knew
excited.
What the Westbrook train is.
I was still new.
Hey, that career killer, Russell Westbrook, he's doing it again in Denver. He did it again tonight.
Elevate tonight, baby!
This boy Chris is on fire with the disrespect, dog.
A bad game.
Oh my God, bro.
Elevate.
Hey, you want to ask me about disrespect, Russell Westbrook? I can't stand Russell Westbrook. I just can't, man.
Pacers ain't hitting either. He went.
Who that?
Tyrese
Harden went off tonight.
Oh,
Harden went off tonight.
He had a bad stat line.
23, 6, and 16. His most assists as the Clipper. And Norman Powell, 37 points. Gee, I'm here for it, baby.
And they wasted a 41 piece from Jokic. He hit like 7 threes tonight, and they still lost. Yeah, Denver is really in trouble. That was rough.
I told y'all that KCP move. That's the one.
That was bad.
KCP
Orlando
being gone is going to be a big problem for them.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree.
25 minutes. Tyler Halliburton went over 7 from the 3-point line, over 8 in field goal percentage. At 25 minutes.
I love Halliburton. He from Iowa, bro. Hey, much respect, man. But yeah,
Y'all do kind of look like that's your cousin, bro.
yeah, actually, yeah, we.
And Ron Hollins, I love Ron Hollins, but can y'all please give Reed Shepherd a better nickname? Because I don't know what those Reed and Rainbow nicknames they were trying to give him last.
Yeah, that's. I'm sorry, that's kind of whack. Ryan Hollins, I love your name, but that nickname ain't gonna fly.
That's the best nickname you're gonna get. Demon
Reed. Splash Money. That's his name for me, man. Splash Money.
Reed Shepherd. I'm here for it.
Anything with Reed.
We'll revisit that, bro. We'll revisit that.
Hollins, I can't believe you said that on TV.
Reading Rainbow.
When was he supposed to say it?
I don't know.
He's supposed to say it in the group chat? He's supposed to say it in the group chat and leave it there, bro?
Ackerman was about to say it. He was like, can we call him that, Curry? Yeah, they were about to drop the cocaine Curry.
Yeah.
I understand you can't say that on airways, but that's the coldest nickname out there for him.
It really, I mean, yeah.
No,
but for
anything
Rockets
Curry
fans,
related, I'm not here for. Sorry. Oh.
Yeah, speaking of Curry, did you see what Buddy Hield did for Golden State last night?
Yeah,
do it again.
22.
Do it again.
Hield cooking in Golden State.
Do it again.
That's all I got. They have him coming off the bench. It's smart he's coming off the bench, I will say, because it brings a spark plug. For now.
They play really small, by the way, and we need to take advantage of that when we play them next week.
That was really funny.
They play small.
We do play them, November 2nd?
Dang, I wish they would have paid Kuminga.
It is November 2nd. Hold on, they ain't pay him yet.
No, he looks rough, man.
They don't even have no money, I don't think, because it was paying all these free agents.
Oh yeah, we do play Golden State November 2nd.
Guys, can we get Jonathan Kuminga in free agency, please? I like it, bro.
Get him for the Vipers? Hold on, I think he can play for the Vipers.
More than just the Vipers, bro.
Him and Jalen they played on the same team in the G League.
Yeah, they did. And one of them went 2, the other one went whatever number he went. And it don't look good. One of them looked better than the other. I'll say that.
2 games.
The one I want is Walker Kessler out of Utah.
He nice. He's nice. He is.
Yep. He's he's got familiarity with Bari. He's got familiarity with Bari. He's a shot blocker. He knows the system too. He's a
hell of a shot blocker.
Yeah, right. And he's with that handy guy, or Will Hardy.
Yeah, Will Hardy.
Always a
yeah. So he kind of familiar with the system. I think he'd be a good long-term backup for us. He's right in that wheelhouse of 24. It's a good time.
He was possibly going to go to the Knicks if Karl Anthony Towns didn't go there.
Huh?
The Knicks were going to try to get Kessler from Utah and then land Cat.
That would have been nice.
Memphis beating up on Orlando right now. By the way, just first quarter, but
they need to keep doing that. Go ahead.
I want to see how bad Orlando is. I don't think Orlando's going to be all that great. Well, I changed my mind now.
They got KCP. Didn't
Anyway,
they?
we'll do an NBA show sometime. We'll probably get it done sometime in November. We'll do an NBA show. But I got some thoughts about some certain teams. I know it's early, but we'll get that off later on. Anyway, tip off in like a few more minutes here. Any last thoughts before this game start?
We win in this game. Simple as that, baby.
Yeah, we're gonna win. I think it's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be a fun game.
Is it gonna be within 3, like you said?
Not again.
I think so because we're coming off of back-to-back, and it's their home opener. I hope it's not a repeat of the last year, though, bro. That one.
What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen is we're not gonna start off very strong. We're gonna be down 4 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
After 7 minutes, and then Ime's gonna pull the guys. He's gonna keep Jalen in because he's been doing really well with pulling him out. So this time he's gonna swap it. Instead of having Jalen go to the bench, he's gonna take Şengün to the bench and move Jabari to the 5. Get that starting 5 lineup going. So you can run Chris Paul out of the gym. That's the plan.
You gonna keep Fred out there?
No, you swapping Fred for men.
Okay.
You getting that fast line. You getting the fast lineup going.
Man cannot turn the ball over.
Yeah, he can't.
No, he can't have the
He
same
can't.
performance.
He can't. Nope.
And we have to play fast. If Tari's in the game, I'm fine because that means they're gonna be creating hell a lot of turnovers and they're gonna get out and running, and all the lack of shooting isn't gonna be a problem. So
You putting in your run and gun team that first time out, but you're keeping Jalen in for this. This is what's happening immediately, or what needs to happen, because you're pushing. What you want to do is you want to get Chris Paul tired as shit, so that way he's not performing in the fourth quarter. So Chris Paul is not clutch, and they have to you want to play him off the floor. You do that by running him up and down the court. That's it.
It'll be
So
interesting, bro.
So
halftime show. We doing the halftime.
Let's do it. Let's do it. You go ahead. Get ready for halftime.
I'm gonna set it up. All right, y'all. We're gonna be back. We're gonna be back for the halftime show. Stay
Jeremy
tuned.
Show him. We coming for you.
Yeah, baby.
Oh man,
See
we'll
y'all
be back.
halftime.
Halftime. We'll be back.
Let's get it.
I'll let y'all.
Woo!